Hi there, and welcome to your pick a card reading. Today we will be trying to figure out what it is you need to release or heal, let go of, and how to do it. Okay, basically, ideas and suggestions on the paths you can take in order to release, heal, or let go of whatever this is. So today we brought back our snowflakes. If you like these are Christmas ornaments or winter ornaments that you can find online in the shop that I will link down below if you like them. They're made out of resin and come in clear blue, frosted with a blue-white sort of mix, and white. And they have beautiful glitter inside of them, so when the light hits them, they look so magical. Remember, this is a general reading, so this might not resonate with everyone. You can choose more than one pile if you're called to do so, because sometimes the messages do connect with each other. And also, maybe if you chose one group, maybe the suggestions of how to heal or let go of this thing will make sense from another group. So if you are called or drawn to more than one snowflake, feel free to listen while maybe you're working on something. Okay, so the timestamps will be down in the description box below. For group 1, we have the white snowflake. For group 2, we have the slightly blue frosted snowflake. And for group 3, we have the blue glitter snowflake. So whichever one you are drawn to, that will be your pile or piles. So check out the description box below and where you can find your timestamps. Also, don't forget that I do personal readings, so if you want a more personal reading for you that actually caters to you specifically with more details, more insight, feel free to go to my Ko-fi link or the link where it says personal readings and commission a reading from me. And consider supporting me through my Ko-fi page where you can leave a tip, you can shop, get a personal reading, or become a member where you get monthly perks. Okay, so let's go into your reading. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. So let's see what it is you need to let go of, release, work on. You got soulmate. So this could mean maybe the idea of a soulmate. Maybe you're desperate and constantly thinking about where you're going to meet someone or how or when, or maybe you're in that age where you're thinking, will this ever happen, right? So it's possible that the universe is trying to tell you that if you're constantly in the energy of desperation or force or anything like that, then all you're going to get is more of that. You're being basically asked to let go, to release the idea, because things need to work out unexpectedly. It needs to be a surprise. You can't control how, when, or why, right? You have to put some things in the universe's hands and let the universe deal with the production or the manifestation of whatever, it is you're trying to look for. So how can you release this or work on this? Take time out. Siesta, recharge, and rest. So it doesn't just have to be the resting of your body, but your mind as well. Do something that makes you focus on whatever it is you're doing instead of doing things that that create an environment where your thoughts keep coming, okay? One of those things is knitting. I started knitting when I was in the 2nd grade. We had like a knitting club. So during recess, instead of playing outside, I would go to this club, and there was, I think, only like 2 or 3 of us, and it was like a small little group. The teachers were basically teaching how to knit. So I've knitted like throughout my life, but not like consistently or professionally. I only know how to knit like 2 or 3 things. So I was watching one time this episode of Grey's Anatomy where someone was having guy trouble, and someone else told them to knit, and this person was like, why? They thought it was bizarre. But the thing is that once they started knitting, they realized how much focus it took, which then helped them not think about the guy troubles that they were having. And I didn't remember like if that much focus was required for something like knitting. So when I tried it, when I was having my own issues, not with guys, but just generally, I realized that it actually did help. So try to find something that will help you rest your mind. You got the Tree of Souls, Collective Wisdom, Kinship Group Library. So reading could be one of the ways. Maybe with the kinship group, maybe even spending more time with friends or family, right? Maybe having like a movie marathon, or going window shopping, or going for a hike, or just doing something fun that gets you out of that constant, thought process of finding love and things like that. Try to be in the moment, basically doing things that may help you stay in the moment and focus on what's happening in front of you and around you, and not internalizing or going back inside your mind. You got fear. I think this is more of staying above your fear, right? Remember that fear is an emotion. You can choose to feel something else. It's not a destination. It's not something, because of course, like they say, danger is real, fear is a choice, right? You don't have to feel fear. I know that a lot of people might feel, what if, they're alone forever? But what's the worst that can happen? You have your freedom. You you can go to bed when you want. You can choose to eat or make dinner whenever you want. You can, you don't have to do things because someone else is there as well. You don't have to tell someone where you're going. You can just go. So try to be content in where you are right now, with who you are. If you need to work on things on yourself, do it, because sometimes it's possible that your match isn't coming into your life because there are things you need to work on. Because if they came into your life right now with maybe the baggage you have or the fears you have or whatever, you might mess up the relationship. And the person that was your person, right, that was meant to be for you, ends up leaving, and then you might just end up getting into relationships that, aren't real or genuine or honest or loving, things like that. So maybe it's you that needs to work on yourself, especially with these fears that you have, because it's not serving you well. It's not helping you manifest the life you want or the person you want because of the fears and possible desperation of what it is you want. Okay? And you got sisterhood. So this could be, again, kinship, right? It could be not depending on, but But taking the time to truly bond with another person, to truly just be, right, with no expectations, with nothing, just be you, yourself. For some of you, this may be saying that maybe you need to build a true friendship with someone first to truly know how to be loyal, how to be a true friend, how to spend more time with someone without expecting something back from them, gifting something without needing anything back, but just because you want to, right? And not judging that person if they don't give something back to you. Okay, it's truly being in a divine sisterhood type of vibe. And even if you are a guy, this is more of a nurturing spirit, of a nurturing divine type of frequency where you're truly listening to what someone is saying, and while they're talking, not trying to think of what to say next, but truly just listening. And once they stop talking, then think of what to say. Okay, because a lot of people, they'll start thinking of everything they want to say while someone is talking, and then they miss their entire point or the entire message, and they only caught that beginning that they want to respond to, but they hadn't even heard the rest of the message. Okay, so truly listening. So this is about building a foundation of becoming a great friend, because when that person comes into your life, you want to form a foundation first. You don't want to jump into a relationship, because then you're being romantic with someone that basically you know nothing about. So having a true foundation of an actual friendship without any romantic connection, without any sexual connection, nothing, just an actual deep loyal friendship, wanting the best for that other person, and not just loving them for what they do, for you, but loving them because of who they are and wanting the best for them. So even if they choose to leave for some better opportunity, even though it might hurt, right, because you're losing this person from your life or whatever, you'll still be happy for them because you want to see them succeed. You want to see them happy. You want to see them grow and evolve and have their dreams met and their goals achieved. And even if it means that they end up loving someone else, you want them to be happy. That's the type of bond you want to create with someone. So not just, mine, but just allowing to let go when you need to let go. Okay, so you have to work on that sort of bond with people in your life. Okay, so just, I love comparing cards to see the type of energy that you need to be in. Can you see the difference in color atmosphere? Okay, this is where you are now, right? This dude here is a ghost because, isn't he? He looks very, yeah, he's a ghost. You can see through him in his arm. Basically, it's that sort of like wondering, the yearning, the wanting that soulmate, but they're not here with you, right? But then, if you actually take the time to bond with people and truly get in that space of wanting the best for them, not just wanting what you want, you're going to create an atmosphere where that soulmate can come in and actually make you happy. Well, not happy, but happier, right? Because you need to be content and happy with yourself by default. All that soulmate is going to do is add that extra into your life. But you need to already have a foundation created. Okay, let's see what advice the tarot has for you. Okay, you got the Ace of Wands first. It was in reverse. And the first thought I got was, no creation can be achieved when you're so desperate and forcing an outcome. Okay, so in order to have that candle inside of you lit, in order to find that passion, you need to stop trying to force an outcome. I don't know if you ever been, if you ever swam or have been in the sea or anything like that, but if you try to force yourself or think about floating on water, you start to sink. Your body feels heavy and you sink. But if you just let go and release and just lay back, the water carries you. As a kid, I couldn't do this because I was scared that I would drown. But it was only as an adult that actually my sister taught me and just, told me, oh, she'll catch me if, like she'll prevent me from going in deeper. That when I actually started to just release and let go of, of the tension in my muscles and things, just truly just let go, that's when I actually floated on water. So in order to manifest anything in your life, you just need to let go, right? Be in that energy of knowing what it feels like to have that. Even if you had to imagine the feeling of what it is you want their presence to be like around you, imagine that they're already around you, how that would feel like, and just sort of let go, let that thought just drift into the universe and just be happy and content with what you got. It's the same as when people are going clubbing or anything like that, right? Or if you're at a party, the people that are so stuck up and looking around while they're sort of dancing and, being so much in their head, trying to look cool or good or whatever, you can spot those people right away and you're not drawn to them. You're drawn to that crazy party animal that is just having fun on the dance floor, doesn't care how they look like, who's watching, they are just going crazy and they make you smile. You want to be part of that action, right? Because they are just letting go. They don't care what anyone thinks of them. They are being in that present moment and just having fun, right? And that's what you want to do with your own energy. Okay, you got the Hierophant with basically digging deeper. In our current world, everything is shifting, okay? There is no more room for shallow people. All of that is going away. Even if you take the time to look into these new YouTube videos that people are pumping out, everyone is saying that, short form content and that overly obnoxious sort of intros where people are like yelling at you in that hyper sort of way just to get your attention, all of that is dead. No one can tolerate those things. People want real and raw. They want deeper conversations. They want a longer format. They actually want to truly listen to a message or truly learn whatever they came to YouTube for to learn. Okay, so it's the same with yourself. You have to dig deeper. Don't just look at that, tip of the iceberg of who you are, what you want. Dig deeper. Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect with friends and maybe have like a girls or guys night or whatever it is and sit somewhere where it's, quiet and casual and, where you can just chill and be open and ask each other like deep questions. I think there's like a trivia game or something. I mean, there has to be. I know that there's like a relationship one where basically People just go around asking each other some really deep questions, and you actually get to know people on a more deeper level this way. Maybe people that you've known for 10, 20 years, you don't actually know. There are things about them, deep things. And I'm not talking about like secrets and things they want to hold, to themselves, but just things about their personality, about their history, about, how they grew up, where they come from, that you know nothing about. So try to dig deeper with yourself and with your relationships and friendships, and even with your family, parents, asking them deeper questions about their life, their childhood, their upbringing, especially if you have grandparents or even great-grandparents. Okay? Because all of that which you learn, all of that is important. It's part of our human connection, our human experience. And to get that knowledge and see how deep things go, you'll understand relationships a lot more. Okay, you got the Justice card. Okay, so the first thing that I just heard is first come, first serve. With that, it could mean that if you actually do the work, you'll find the reward. You'll get the reward. It will come to you. Okay, so while you're seeing how other people around you, or maybe your friendship group, has already had so many like different, weddings and babies coming in and everything, and you're just sitting there thinking, okay, when's my turn? Know that some of those relationships could possibly end in divorce. So it doesn't mean that just because they're with someone that it's forever. Okay, maybe it's taking longer for you because you need to build something within yourself that will help you get a lasting relationship that's truly forever. Maybe you're one of the rare few that will find that genuine and honest and loyal relationship. But remember that you have to work on yourself. Those who work on themselves, they get their soulmates first. I'm not saying that someone will take yours, but the longer you don't work on yourself, your life, and the kind of person you are, the longer you'll have to wait. So just be in the present moment. Be content with what you got, with who you are. Build stronger friendships even with yourself, with your friends and family, if as long as they're not toxic people. And just be happy. Spread that happiness. Make it contagious. And then unexpectedly one day someone could come along. Okay? So group 1, that is all I have for you. I wish you guys luck. Remember to check out my Ko-fi page, and don't forget to subscribe. I've seen that like 90% of people that actually watch my videos aren't subscribers. So consider subscribing, because you'll always get updated with any new video I post. I also do art, though my tablet keeps dying on me, so that's why I don't post as much. But yeah, like the video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment down below, and check out my links in the description box where you can connect with me, where you can support me. And I also have a Twitch channel where I do play Sims 4 if you want to, see a bit of gaming, I guess. So I wish you guys luck, and I'll see you next time. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. So let us see, what do you need to release, work on, or let go of? You got alchemy. Okay, so this is about working on. So you have to work on your alchemy. That is almost like the magician card in the tarot. So when it comes to your alchemy, this is basically about working on your skills, your talents, your passions, or even your manifesting abilities, right? Just working on something that creates a result for you, okay? So let's see how you can achieve this. You can achieve this by healing. So for those that are trying to manifest or build your skills and things like that, healing is required, because you cannot manifesting. I always feel like manifesting is pure energy, right? So when we have baggage, when we have trauma, when we have anything that makes us live in the past or live in sorrow or guilt or shame or hate or rage or anything like that, that is that ugly, icky sort of energy that sticks to you. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Venom, but when that, I don't know what they're called, when that being isn't infused with someone, it looks like this black sticky substance, okay? And that is what lives inside of you when you're constantly in that negative space, in that ill space. And I'm not saying ill as in like you physically are ill, but just, you know, that sort of energy is almost like a sickness, because you're constantly dwelling in it, right? It's surrounding you, it's inside of you, it's in you mentally, right? Emotionally. And once you heal that, you create this empty space where that used to be. So it makes things easier to manifest and to work on and to build yourself and to be productive, because now you don't have that icky substance filling up your mind or your space. Now you're free to do what you need to do. Okay? So healing is a huge, huge part of being that alchemist or being that magician. Okay? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot or trying to talk down to you, because I too have this issue. It's like now, because my tablet keeps, malfunctioning and dying on me for a few days or weeks at a time, now whenever it's on, I actually force myself to do art, because you never know, when it's gonna die again and when I'll need to create. And I don't want to go months without creating anything, right? But there are times when I want to, but that doubt and fear is holding me back, because I keep thinking, like, if I screw up on something that I'm working on, then I'll just delete it and it'll make me not want to do it again. So I just won't do it, right? And it's like, it's almost paralyzing, right? So whatever this is for you, you need to take the time to heal this, because you cannot create something magnificent inside of your life, within your life, or within yourself, if you're dwelling in that icky energy. Whole self-health. Again, another healing card. Natural therapies, balance, Ayurveda? I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, so this is about maintaining the health of your whole body, of eating right, of having the proper diet for yourself. If you are struggling with stomach bloating, stomach issues, foggy mind, things like that, try to see what it is you're eating, because sometimes you'll be going to the doctor and they'll be giving you pills for some symptoms that you are having, when really it's your diet that needs to change. Maybe you need to stop eating something, or maybe what you're eating is fake and doesn't come from a real place, right? Maybe it's lab grown or lab created. and then you're thinking that you're sick from some random other thing, the doctor gives you pills, and now you're constantly pumping pills that are causing even more chaos inside your body. So try to change your diet and see if that helps. Now, the best place to start, if you don't know where to start, go online and see what food your specific blood type should be eating, and try to eat only those things for about a month and see how you feel. Okay? Because there are certain foods that are more beneficial for certain blood types, and foods that certain blood types shouldn't be eating, because it does create like gut problems, or stomach problems or things like that. So try to see and start with that and see if it does help. Okay? And remember to also keep moving, keep being active. Try to find some sort of activity that actually makes you happy to do, right? So for some people, it will be actually working out at the gym. For others, it will just be cardio, or walking, or running, or swimming, or jumping rope. For others, it might be dance. It might be different types of dancing. One type of dance that actually like works out like all like major sort of groups of your body and things like that is belly dancing, because it helps you have so much more control of your body, that it helps you be in that divine feminine, right? Because it's a very feminine type of dance, and there are different type of belly dancing, right? There are subcategories to it. So there's the traditional, there's tribal fusion, there's like different type of dancing. So see what you resonate with. And it also helps with your posture, so you aren't slouching all the time. Like, it really helps your body be balanced, and you feeling more in control of it. So having some sort of activity, a good diet, and maybe affirmations, like daily affirmations or meditations or anything like that, all of that will lead you to your healing, which will help you manifest better and be in that alchemy or magician state of mind. You got the path of the gods, decisions, meetings, future plans. So a good way is possibly creating a schedule, right? And if you aren't great with schedules, like actual hour by hour type thing, do what I do, because I tried following a schedule, but then every day it's like, I might wake up at different times, or specific things might take longer than the day before or shorter, right? So I'm not always, like, I can't keep up with an actual schedule that has specific times of when to do things or how long it'll take. So what I do is create, just like on my whiteboard, I have like morning, and then I write down a few lists of things that I want to get done or do in the morning. And then I have evening, what I want to do in the evening. That way, no matter how long something takes, or if I'm distracted, or if something pops up, I'll always, I can always get back to whatever I need to do after it, right? So the actual time doesn't matter, but as long as I get to accomplish that in that morning, or that evening, or that night time label, right? Like time of the day, then I'm happy. Like, I got to achieve those things. Doesn't matter at what time it was, but as long as I did achieve it. Okay, so try to create a schedule however it looks like for you, and how, like, whichever way feels more helpful, that you can actually achieve this. Okay? You got perfection. So this could also be, which is interesting, this deck, okay, with the first group, they got fear. Because with these cards, I wanted to ask how it can help you achieve, like, working on this or letting it go. But this deck comes out with these sort of, even though there are positive cards in this deck, but they come out in negative form. So I'm assuming this is something that you also need to work on. Maybe your perfection skills. Maybe you're too much of a perfectionist and are trying to control too much. But maybe that's something also you need to heal. Or for others, it could be that maybe you need to do things with quality, right? Maybe if you're going to have a proper diet, then truly have a proper diet, right? Don't just like eat junk food, but then eat just one apple thinking, oh, this will keep me healthy, right? So being a perfectionist maybe could be a positive trait where you're truly taking the time for what it is you need to do. Okay, having more control of your daily life, of your daily schedule, looking at the ingredients that you're purchasing, right? Checking what they have inside of it so that you know if you're eating something poisonous, or if it's a GMO, or if it's actually healthy and good for you. Okay, remember to always shop local. Try to buy from actual local farms if you have them. If not, go to farmer markets or actual meat shops, because when you buy those packaged meat in grocery stores, a lot of the times those things are sprayed in order to look fresh. There's no blood in it as meat would have, right? So try to be a lot more conscious of where you're getting your food and what's in your food, and try to make homemade meals as much as you can, and not to go out and buy takeout or fast food or go to restaurants, because you have no idea how they're making those foods, and most of the time most of that food is frozen, and then they just either reheat it or heat whatever that ingredient is and put it in the meal, and it never ever tastes as good as a homemade meal. Okay, so have a lot more control of what you're doing to yourself and within your life. Okay, taboo. So the first message I'm getting here is healing or working on something that you might not want to face, because you might feel shame, guilt, or whatever. Even if you didn't do something, these feelings might come up. Okay, and even if you did something to someone else, this is a message for you to start healing that part of yourself, because it will get you nowhere. So the way to heal, if you were the one that has done something, the best way to heal that is to take some time, contemplate and think of what you've done. Consider how it made the other person feel. And if that person is still in your life, or you have the means to reach out to them, maybe write them a letter, because you don't know if they're going to feel ashamed or back in that trauma or in that ugly space if you were to face them. So maybe writing a letter of what you did, how you feel about it now, and things like that is much easier on both parties, because by writing a letter, you're taking the time to truly focus and write it out. So writing a letter to them will help put things down on paper, will help them then not have to face you, right? Maybe you can put it in their mailbox and label it their name, or if you have their email or social media, you can write it out through that. That way, if they do feel put on the spot, they're not facing you, right? They're in the comfort of their own home, and they may choose to not respond at all or respond at a later time, right? But at least you said your piece and you want to move on from it. Okay, so don't feel guilt or shame by writing it out and wanting to evolve from this. Okay, because it is amazing when people actually take the time to truly want to grow, learn from their learn from their mistakes, and continue on with their life. Okay, If something was done to you, write it down, because you need to put it on paper to see it visually. Also, when you're writing it, it's being released from your mind. Okay, so write it down. If you need to confront the person or give them a letter to help them understand how they made you feel, how this action has affected your life, if it has, or parts of you, things like that. So all of this, okay, all of your cards is mainly about healing. You need to be on this healing journey, because you cannot manifest, you cannot be a creator or an innovator or a thinker, like in that pure space, if you have that icky energy inside and outside of you. Okay, so your message here is all about healing your body, your mind, your spirit. Okay, so with you guys, you have to be more practical. Okay, you can't just be thinking. You can't just be in your mind. You have to be more practical in your life. You need more time to rest, and because this, what was it? The Empress card came out reversed. I kept it reversed because it feels like currently this isn't the time for creating anything new. It's the time for releasing pain. It's a time for releasing illness and anything that doesn't serve you and that doesn't help you thrive. Okay? So it's time to rest. It's time to reflect and truly take the time to research what's good for you. Maybe go to the doctor and get an allergy test to see if there are specific things you might be allergic to that could be inside the food you're eating. Try to ask your doctor if it would be okay to maybe stop taking certain pills so that you can see if the diet was the problem, right? So maybe if you fix your diet and spend more time on it to see if you have the symptoms you had before that you really need those pills for, right? Don't do that on your own. Okay, make sure that the doctor actually, knows you're doing this, because you don't want to create a worse situation for yourself if you actually need these pills for a specific reason. Okay, but try to do what you can, and it's possible that once you change your diet, maybe you won't have the symptoms you're having, and you'll end up just not needing the pills anymore. You never know, right? So just be more aware and conscious of what you're doing to yourself, in your environment, and try to clean up your life a little. Okay? Because everything we surround ourselves with, that is the energy that we feed on. Okay? That's why people get influenced easy, because they're surrounding themselves with toxic people. That's why their mind is all over the place and cluttered, because their homes might be cluttered. So anything you surround yourself with, you basically become. Okay, so keep that in mind and take some time, maybe a weekend, a few days or a week or whatever it is, to not be going out and, spending time with other people, but just to spend some time with yourself. Look around, look within, make a list of things that you want to change, make a brainstorm ideas underneath that list on, solutions and how to make those changes, what you can do in your life, things that you can do. Okay? And remember that if you think that healthier food is more expensive, remember that with toxic food, you'll need to go to the doctor a lot more. So by eating healthier, sure, some things may cost more than the toxic stuff, but you're saving money on those doctor visits. Okay? So group 2, that's all I have for you. Remember to check out my Ko-fi page to support me or get a personal reading. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you've watched more than one video, or if you actually like my type of reading, because I've noticed that 90% of people that actually watch my videos are not subscribed, which doesn't make sense to me, because by subscribing, you're basically will always be updated on any new video I make. And check out all the links in the description box below. You'll find ways to connect with me, to support me, and I also have a Twitch channel where I basically sometimes Twitch art, but also I play Sims 4, so if you want something a little more fun, you can check that out. I try to be on every day, but things come up, so sometimes every other day or every 3 days. It'll be different, but you can always check my status on my Ko-fi. Somewhere at the top of the page, like under my header, it might say streaming now or something like that, to see when I'm streaming, or just check my Twitch and. So that's all I have for you guys. I wish you guys luck. I hope you heal, and I hope you move on from whatever this is so that you can manifest a life that you actually want and deserve. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Hello group 3, and welcome to your reading. So let us see what it is you need to heal, let go of, or work on. You got your dreams. You need to work on your dreams. I don't know if you guys are filled with fear or not moving forward or have doubts. I don't know what it is with you, with this group, but this has been coming out a few times in my readings. And this is a card of creativity. Number 3 is a creativity number. Okay, if you ever look at numerology, 3 is all about creativity. So if you have been wondering what your purpose is or what you need to do, it's possible. And especially if you do actually enjoy art and are a creative person, this is a confirmation that you need to work on your art or creativity or whatever it is. Okay, but you need to work on your dreams. Don't leave them behind. Life is too short to be just struggling, paying bills, and that's it, okay? So how can you heal this or work on this? You got interact and relate. Community, family, tradition. So it's possible that your ancestors could be guiding you in your dreams regarding something. For others, it could be that talking with family and maybe even partaking in traditions, especially if they're like ancient traditions, but just taking the time to absorb your culture in some way could inspire you for something. For example, let's say you're Native American, right? And you've been influenced by the mainstream world so much that you're eating junk food, you're constantly watching TV, you're always on the computer, things like that. Maybe if you went to those powwows, or I don't know what other sort of cultural events there are, but do people still have vision quests? I don't know. I know that was a historical thing. I assume some still do. Maybe by choosing to partake in, your culture, you end up finding that creative spark by maybe designing those powwow type of costumes, or maybe watching those events could inspire, like the colors of the outfits and the feathers and things like that might inspire you to create or paint or draw, things from your culture, or to teach others about your culture and maybe make videos about it, and being productive through your culture. So that could be something. So it doesn't matter where you're from, even um, if you want to, if you're, let's say, black, right, and living in a first world nation, and maybe you are second, third, fourth, fifth generation there, right? So a lot of your family members have always lived in America, but maybe finding out where you actually originate from, right? Maybe you'll want to absorb some of that culture and maybe, you know, partake in it and make it alive in your own life. See, watch documentaries about that culture, or what type of foods they make, things like that. So there is something here about community and tradition and, interacting and relating to all of that. Okay, it could inspire you for something to do for your job, like your own business, let's say. Let's say you want to, make YouTube videos. You can create art, or you can talk about that culture, or show different aspects of that culture in every different video, right? Let's say one video is cooking this traditional dish. The next video, maybe sewing this outfit, um, or going to a museum that has that type of art in it, or things like that. Every video could be different, and through that you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your people, your culture, and that could inspire you and maybe even make you appreciate yourself more, right? Because everyone, especially, I'm sorry to call you out, but especially the black community in America, like most people always focus on how they got there, on slavery, on things like that. But why do you want to be in that negative state of mind, constantly thinking about that one piece of history that has come and gone? You cannot change it. I'm sorry, but you cannot change it. And let's not forget that even though your ancestors might have come to America or England or whatever through a bad situation, their sacrifice has led you to live a comfortable life. So even though it was a bad situation and they went through a lot, be appreciative of the sacrifice they made so that you can be comfortable. Because chances are that if you were to go to where your ancestors originated from and try to live there, you wouldn't be happy. I can guarantee that. Because just because you're, black, people in that country might not even accept you. I've seen a video of this, I can't remember if it was a guy or a girl. They went to the country in Africa that they originate from, and they were saying how people there basically treat them like an outcast because they don't see them. They don't see them as being African. They are American. So it doesn't matter if you're black. So don't constantly focus on the negative, okay? Be appreciative of the sacrifice and move on with positive thoughts. Try to connect with your culture. Try to be inspired by it. You got to remember who you are. Culture, resilience, beliefs. Again, same message. So this is literally about connecting with who you truly are, with your culture, with your traditions, Embrace your inner gypsy, freedom, fun, and music. Keyword, embrace. Embrace who you truly are. Stop thinking you're this persona from some first world nation, because everyone is an immigrant, basically. You all come from some type of refugee or immigrant. Okay? or explorers, whatever the case may be. But embrace the culture you have inside. And especially if you are a mixed race, stop only telling people you're that one thing while ignoring the other half of you. I don't know why people think that being white is basic and boring when there is so much depth and beauty in European cultures. Okay? Being white isn't one nation. White comes in a lot of different forms and a lot of different shades of skin. You have from the palest of white to the darkest of browns. Okay? White people come in so many different, I'm not talking about mixed people, I'm talking about pure racial people. White people are the most colorful. We come in a variety of different hair colors, a variety of different eye colors, a variety of different skin colors. There is diversity within just white people in general. Okay, so if you're white and have been led to believe that you need to feel guilt for that, stop. You don't have to feel guilty about anything. You didn't do anything. Whatever your ancestors did, sure, it may have been bad, but considering how good the people live now compared to then, just be appreciative of, the change in our history, that things that are bad aren't happening as they used to. There still are bad things happening, but we will get through that eventually. Okay? So embrace your culture, absorb in it, learn from it, learn about yourself, about your family, about your friends, about, people in general, because every nation here that exists on this planet, this is our humanity story. Everyone is important. Don't just think that you and your people are important. Everyone is important. All of us have come together to invent different things, to teach each other different things, You got the oracle, sacred living, spirit speaking intervention. So yes, once you start to connect with your culture, you'll be able to connect with the divine of that place, the divinity, that intuitive place, that ancestral guidance, okay? And you got the dolphin collar, pure, joyful, friendships, loving help. So another way that you can help your dreams here is to become a loving person, to see that no matter who you are around, those people are similar to you, no matter how they look like. They too are going through struggle. They too have gone through struggle. They too have hopes and dreams and wishes and wants and desires and fears and everything. Okay? We're not so different from each other. Learn to love, to build friendships, to connect, to learn from other people, to learn from their stories. All of this will inspire your dreams. You got Hermes with communication. So yes, communicating with other people, communicating with friends and family, and you got divinity. How amazing is that? So this is all the different ways that you can help work on your dreams. Okay. So this is interesting. Okay, so you got, my battery's so low, you got the Eight of Wands. This to me feels like travel, okay? Going the distance, maybe even visiting the culture you're from, the country you're from, the continent you're from, whatever it is, going the distance and truly seeing it for yourself, absorbing the culture around you, okay? Talking to the people there, learning from it, going to their museums, eating their cuisine, whatever it is, okay? You got the Hermit, taking the time to reflect, going inside yourself and reflecting. This is like a roadmap, okay? So we got the traveling, the reflecting on what it is you learned, okay? Which will inspire you. See how much fire there is there? Okay? Being inspired and full of creativity from what it is you learned. So you guys, your creative spark comes from your culture. Okay? And then we got the King of Pentacles. Being on top. Being wealth with the wisdom, with what you have learned, with what you have tasted and seen and heard, and being, absorbed in. And this is a beautiful pathway to how you will work on your dreams, because something new will be presented into your life by learning and diving into your culture, your family, your tradition, your roots, with who you truly are. Not what your media has made you out to be, not what your education system or your friends or your family, has made you out to be, but who you truly are. Okay? So group 3, I really wish you luck. I hope that you work on this, and this could be an amazing adventure that you can vlog, which again puts more content on your channel if you are a YouTuber, or if you are a blogger, puts more content into your blogs and what you write about, right? This could be an actual adventure of how you find yourself. Amazing idea. And after you find yourself, you might even find what it is you truly want, and then start that new phase on your channel, your blog, or whatever, and go on from there, okay? You don't have to always stay the same. Okay, so evolve, grow, change. So remember to subscribe. There's 90% of people that watch my videos and are not subscribed. Please consider subscribing. You'll always be updated on anything new I post. Consider supporting my Ko-fi, where you can leave a tip, you can get a personal reading, you can shop, as well as become a member where you get monthly perks. And check out the links below where you can connect with me. And also I do have a Twitch channel where I do play The Sims 4 if you're interested in that, and do art now and then. So I am trying to raise funds for like a tablet so that it doesn't die on me anymore, and a tarot reading table, a webcam, so that when I'm twitching, if somebody wants me to pull a card or to do a reading, we can switch over to the webcam, and you can see the layout of the cards and things like that. So I have a lot of plans and ideas. So if you want to support me, all the links will be down below. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time, and I wish you luck.